You try to prepare as much as you can mentally for, oh yeah, I'm going to a refugee camp. To imagine these circumstances is impossible.
An Arsenal star takes on a rather different pitch. Per Mertesacker is used to the Emirates Stadium. This pitch, though, is in one of the biggest refugee camps on earth.
The game is itself is a game of the people. No matter where you go in the world, you have that connection.
What do you think, Per?
I like the shirts, so you're building relationships here.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, with the kids and the coaches, yeah. The pitch was built here and they've taken it upon themselves to make it into something that they're proud of, yeah. Once you put a ball in front of them, it's no different to anywhere else.
It's the same target, yeah? Good morning.
And the match, well, it's two teams of Syrian refugees. And Arsenal coach Drew picks on Arsenal player Per.
Are you gonna beat him?
I hope so, but I think the odds are stacked against us.
Why?
They've got a big, strong captain in the middle.
Brilliant, guys. Now we need to win this game first, you know?
Massive captain.
Very big captain, yeah.
He's about a foot taller than you.
We'll do what we can. We've got a lot of passion and spirit in our team.
Arsenal!
Come on.
Come on, yellows!
In the next pitch along, it's training for the Syrian girls. This is Zatari refugee camp in Jordan, just 12 kilometres from the Syrian border. This camp is huge. It's home to 80,000 Syrian refugees. It's the size of a small city. It's split into districts. There are schools, a hospital, and thousands of shops. This place is well organised, but it has problems. Children end up in early marriages, in child labour. Kids don't get to be kids here as much. On top of that, they're often traumatised by the war that pushes them here.
2-1, ref.
Drew Tyler is one of the coaches who's moving to Jordan for 6 weeks to train permanent coaches out here. This whole coaching programme has been built over 18 months in London. Arsenal working together with Save the Children psychologists. Built into it is teaching on teamwork, coping with stress, communication, conflict management, and crucially, it gives young players role models.
And think about what other emotions you experience on the football pitch and how you might be able to show that in your movement.
It's an expansion of the work Arsenal's been doing for years in communities in North London.
Is this stuff that you'd normally use in the London and the UK setting?
We've specially developed these programmes to explore the emotions in the camps in Jordan. It might be one of their friends that is upset or disappointed or nervous about something, and they can recognise that in their friends.
Why do you like doing this kind of work?
I think everyone experiences a whole range of emotions when you play football. The common ones to think about are when you score a goal, or people don't always think about when you're nervous on a football pitch, or the emotions that you experience that don't necessarily show on your face. And how you deal with that on the football pitch can relate to how you deal with problems off the pitch as well. I've worked with people who've said that it's literally saved their lives.
And although the challenges are very different, fleeing conflict from Syria and living in a refugee camp with 80,000 people is very different from a young person growing up under the state here. But some of the approaches and responses are really simple. It's about belonging to something positive. It's about having a sense of purpose, trusted staff, those trusted adults that do have an understanding of what they're going through.
Are you prepared to deal with real tragedy?
We've dealt with tragedy here. We've had participants that have been murdered. We've had participants that have murdered other children.
We've actually done a few studies over the last few years showing how toxic stress in conflict zones is affecting children's brain development. The idea of having constant fight or flight hormones dumped into the brain because you're living under constant peril, how that affects a natural growth within the brain and receptivity to things like empathy and ability to form relationships. Critically important things that can only happen in childhood. So if we miss that, we are in danger of children growing up in substantially different manners, affecting having heart problems and hypertension when they're older, all these sort of health issues. So it's critically important that we bring all this thinking to bear in this programme, which we have.
Save the Children and Arsenal are aiming to coach 4,500 teenage boys and girls in the next 3 years, here in Jordan and on pitches built in Indonesia. They want to build a programme that can be replicated all around the world. In Jordan, Per meets Mohammed, a Syrian refugee from Daraa who fled the country with his family overnight when he was just 9. He's been living in the camp since.
Where do you sleep?
He put his mattress here.
Yeah.
What is you?
Mohammed's dad says he watches football here before he goes to sleep at night.
The whole family fled. They don't know what's going on at home. They don't know how long they're going to live here. So him is just being day by day, enjoying the football. So it gives him just so much. Shukran. Shukran. When is his son interested in football? Since
هلا بسوريا كان عمره لما بلشت معه الهواية بعمره 5 سنوات كان يلعب ولعب يعني هو بالمدرسة في عندهم حصص كمان وخارج المدرسة كمان يلعبوا. كان تحت المدرسة قدام بيتنا تماما وفيها ملعب. هلا بعد دوام المدرسة المسك بعد العصر هو ورفقاته اللي من جياله يروحوا على المدرسة فيها ملعب ويلعبوا.
Have you seen your son like playing and how good he is and skillful?
شفته. بعدين هو طالع لابوه.
No, I know why.
هلا إذا بلعب هلا يعني بهالسن بتقول لي بالفعل يعني إنك.
What does football mean to him? Like.
حياتي الشخصية.
It's my life.
Yeah.
بس اطلع من هون مثلا زعلان معصب من دار اهلي بروح على الملعب بفضي عن حالي طبعا.
For me, if I play on the pitches, it's the same. I forget everything around me. I just want to have fun. If I play with you or if I play Premier League, it's for me the same.
أنا بدي أشكره بس عشان إجا لعب معنا وساعدني هيك طبعا.
He said that he wants to
هاي فرحة إنه طبعا.
He's very happy now that you are here now with us.
Per Mertesacker stopped playing for Arsenal in May this year. He wasn't sad to stop. He's admitted that he struggled with his mental health while playing. Also that he used to get so terrified before games, he'd be choking back sick and suffer constant diarrhea.
You've opened up about your feelings more recently, right?
Especially in my last year, where I kind of reflected on my career and saw some stages I was struggling mentally and felt a lot of pressure. And everyone has a story, everyone goes through something, and to speak about your feelings is difficult. But by opening up, I think you're being more approachable to these youngsters. So, and to talk about it helps.
And obviously these boys need to talk about their feelings more than most.
And it's difficult to get that out of them because they just focus on, oh, I'm just happy to have a pitch and play football and everything I've experienced with losing my home, which I've never experienced. So we're talking here about serious mental struggles, psychological scars, which are difficult to speak about. Is that for them? Is that home here right now, or are they prepared to go home?
لا يغلى على الوطن. ولكن يعني كمان احنا لما جينا هون على حسينا حالنا يعني بأرض المملكة الأردنية الهاشمية حسينا حالنا إنه إحنا ببلدنا يعني بنفس الوقت. ولكن لا تغني مهما كانت وين ما رحت وين ما جيت أنت لا يغنيك عن الوطن.
Where do you wanna be one day?
شو بدك تصير لما
لاعب مشهور مثل بلاير.
famous player.
Famous player.
Football player like you.
Like No, you're more technical, more skillful. He has the dream, you know, to be like me and basically to go to Europe, you know. Even me probably knowing at one point is limited, you know, and it depends so much on the circumstances, you know, what the future holds for this refugee camp, for their home country. It almost relies on that, but they don't care about that. They're just happy that they've found a second home and they've built kind of something here which they are proud of. The dad is proud of all his kids, his house, his cabin, his little garden, his son who plays football. And just seeing him happy makes the whole family happy. For me, it's great to be here and just to see how much of an impact we can have on you.
Thank you. Thank you.
These children have seen things no child ever should. And the football coaches know they can't get them their old lives back, their lives before war. What they can do is try and give them hope, make them stronger, and make sure it's not that war that defines their future.
Arsenal!